big. So here you can see we've got all media disconnected, but here we see the IP address. And then what else we got? We've got this. And here you can see we've got the different contents of the files. And here we've got blah blah blah. So here we've got the HTML tags here. And we've got the header here, which has sort of meta information about the HTML file, such as the title, and other data that might be used by web crawlers, whatever. And then here we have the body, and here we have to do, like, blah, blah, blah. Just sort of set a div, just to give an example of what's in there. Okay, so that's what we got. Let's go back to the slides. So smart light bulbs, little man that said, blah, 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 some developed by Here's you've got smart cookers. This is a crock pot developed by Belkin, so you can sort of set it going remotely, maybe even see how well it's doing. You've got freezers that will send you a text, or probably with an app, alert you when the temperature's too high. Nest, famously for intelligent central heating control, and so on. You've even got intelligent cat feeders, so maybe recognise your cat's face. You can sort of check in remotely that your cat's getting its feed, tracks its appetite, maybe even takes its weight, you know. It's what we need in the modern age. And obviously there's a whole ton of stuff to do with the military. You know, we've got our remote control drones, you know, blow people up with remote control machine guns, and this is going to increase and increase. So, you know, at the moment, all of this stuff is largely controlled by, you know, soldiers or pilots who are flying them remotely from some place in Utah or whatever. But as things develop, you'll likely see more and more devices that are actually enabled to make killing decisions, you know, sort of border areas and so on. As even sort of Texan sort of nutcase, there's remote control hunting, so it's like a smart rifle, so people pay, so he's like stocked his ranch with deer, and you can pay to sort of, or used to be able to pay, I think they've shut it down now, but used to be able to pay to sort of take control of the rifle and shoot deer, you know, over the internet. So they got it all. And linked up with all the sort of smartness in devices in terms of their ability to send data and receive commands is you have the idea of putting AI or a limited form of AI into these devices, so they're actually smarter in a sort of slightly deeper sense. So they can, many of these devices that I've shown you can learn patterns of activity and base their behavior on what they've actually learned. So the Canary smart security system, you know, that can kind of learn your patterns of activity and then based upon what it considers to be normal, it can then generate alerts for things that it finds abnormal. And so there's a long-term goal of this is for these systems to be like sort of to be able to anticipate your actions. So it knows your behavior patterns, and therefore it knows that, you know, at a certain point in time, you know, you want your crock pot to be switched on because you want your dinner at 8 o'clock. People are kind of creatures of habit, right? So if the home can learn your habits, then it can automatically predict what you're going to do next, and then make that all happen for you. So as you walk in, you know, there's your coffee on the sideboard, hot coffee, and it's put on your favourite TV programme, and everything's been set up, and all the lighting's been set up nicely for you. That's the sort of general idea. And, you know, we have, we'll talk about, later in this, I talked about use of Apache Spark and Apache Storm. These are sort of large-scale data processing infrastructures and software that can process all this data from all these enormous numbers of embedded